Chris Dwyer here. Anyway, it's a great day and PTSD. Anyway, I'm about out of it. Anyway, I'm gonna start teaching computer science, and I'm gonna do and I'm gonna teach front end development because I'm a front end developer. CSS, cascading style sheets, HTML, which is very easy and basically everybody can do to help optimize your website for SEO. But I don't know how much weight it carries compared to what it used to with Google's algorithms. To show up for, if you search a car in Marietta, you pop right up. It's free. For those of you that don't know, unless you want to pay for the Google the clicks. Anyway, they're pay per click. It's very effective too. It's amazing that people still don't even know the differences between it. Neither are very difficult. They just take a little bit of time, and you got to be anyway. But I'm going to teach JavaScript, which is the programming language of the web, and how to properly do it with object-oriented programming. And I was just breaking down the different types of code, binary data that actually that a CPU, a central processing unit, the brain of a computer, actually uses to actually translate what's called a user input when you type in something or hit enter inside Word or something. It actually does that. That's what basically it gets to logic, and the computer actually understands that in binary data, which is zeros and ones typically. But anyway, it's fun breaking that all down in developmental models. And I am dyslexic, and it's amazing what PTSD has taught me, and the ability to just intuitively figure out how to heal myself with nothing. We try too hard. I think dyslexic and people with ADHD, myself, and PTSD taught me not to judge myself and follow God's path, and to go out and get what I want. It's been one of the best things that ever happened to me, for sure. You can take a negative and turn it into positive, anything. But I am physically built stronger and mentally smarter because of PTSD. Prior to having PTSD, and my neurologist, whom I've told everybody, and I guess people just are worried, and I've never been worried. But that's ironic, isn't it? I was always the worrier, not the warrior. Now I'm the warrior, not the worrier. Seriously. But at any rate, I'm going to see, it's fun. I can break it all down, and I'm going to teach Matt Mann to be the best back-end programmer. You talk about somebody that can break something down once he gets it. If you ever want to learn a Rubik's Cube, he'll teach you how to do a Rubik's Cube. It's incredible. He can break everything down. He taught a dentist here in Atlanta that worked with him. Matt used to build teeth, and unfortunately lost his job. He is my angel, and everybody that knows him loves Matt Mann. And I'm very fortunate to have grown up with him, and he's amazing to see somebody break something down. But anyway, he taught this guy Ryan. I told him this morning. I said it's going to take you a little bit of time. But he said something to me last week about, I was telling him about a function, which is basically a basic level software program in any kind of programming language. And I couldn't believe what he told me. Anyway, but anyway, he taught this guy Ryan how to build teeth. If you go get for braces. And Ryan was going to school at Emory. I don't know how long it took Ryan. I should ask Ryan. My friend Baron Jordan told me the story. He said that Ryan told him, this guy's a dentist, Ryan. He said that Ryan, watch this again, just get you pumped up, because he may be like having 1 billion, we may just make money on views on YouTube. Anyway, so he taught Ryan, a now dentist, how to make molds and explain teeth and stuff. The next year that Ryan went to dental school, he was a year in front of everybody at Emory. Seriously, I don't know what it all entailed, but anyway. But I'm gonna teach him. He's gonna be the best backend developer on the planet. I'm gonna break it all down from the CPU back to the DOM and what's called the DOM tree or the document object model in the browser that it just been so misunderstood. since the beginning of time in web development, you should always think of the DOM tree, which is basically an abstract level tree of your web page. And JavaScript is not inside that. It runs in memory of the computer, and that's part of that's really key for data efficiency and processing efficiency of computer systems, period, and information technology. And I just discovered yesterday, because I have dyslexia and ADHD, and I was trained at a very advanced course, and I'm a very extremely empathetic person. If you're like this, I'm a very spatial person. I've never been lost. I've been lost in a car like twice in my life. I can still walk around my parents' entire house, 5,000 square feet up and downstairs, without hitting anything, and completely dark with them. And I'm like, if you're like this, you're geared towards this. And from everything I read yesterday, I got what I wanted. I'm an absolute natural for an AI engineer. It's the hottest job on the planet, anyway. But I'm gonna do what I want, and I'm gonna train Matt Newton. And anyway, so we're gonna start out with smaller, headless, strappy, and payload websites. Anyway, if you need it, I'm not gonna fool with a WordPress site. I'm through with that thing. I might break it down for somebody or secure it, but it's not even worth it. Too many holes, too many false bad practices, too many false promises. I'm not going to go in and fix somebody else's problems, unfortunately, that were there with somebody that just didn't care. It's ridiculous what people do. Anyway, so stay tuned. I'm gonna put up something shortly on content, what a content management system is, and why you should have one. If you're like a marketing manager, maybe like a small to medium sized business, and how you can optimize it, so you don't need a developer every single time to go in and do something, create a web page. If it's set up correctly, you can do it. Any of these Gen Z, they can all do it. They all worked in Photoshop. They've all worked in video editing. They all understand social media networks. They've been fixing their phones for their parents when I was fixing the VCR, because Dad was too lazy to do it because he knew how to do it. Mom couldn't turn the TV on. Anyway, bless their hearts or whatever. But that's just a different era. But fortunately, I am truly blessed, because PTSD has made me, in fact, physically stronger and mentally smarter than prior to having PTSD. Again, prior to having PTSD. PTSD completely remaps your neural networks. Anyway, and stretching and everything has actually absolutely been incredible. So I'm going to incorporate that too, because I feel bad for people, and it's taken me so long to get out of this physically. But it's amazing what it does and actually build your muscles up. It's really the truth if you think about it. The body is really, it preserves resources, right? Preserves it. So if you're starving and you don't have enough food and stuff, and you kind of make a comeback, it makes sense that you're gonna be stronger. There's a reason why Lance Armstrong absolutely destroyed the freaking world. They weren't even close, and they were all doping anyway. Jan Ork, he turned around and looked that guy in the eyes and said, "Come on," and Lance just bam. And anyway, I'm hoping to connect with him sometime, because I love watching that thing. It's just awesome to see somebody that was buried in the pits, almost died. He was given like a 40% chance of living, and the pain and stuff that he went through, it was along the lines of the alpha alcoholic peripheral neuropathy pain that I went through, that I almost died. And thank God, for some reason, God kept me alive. And it's about purpose in life. And anyway, it's about showing the world what an unbelievable angel Matt Newton is. Everybody should have a Matt Newton. Everybody knows it. That's just my arm. Anyway, just trying to get the tension out. And anyway, like Nelson Nolan says, everybody should have a Matt, man. He's the best. Anyway, stay tuned.